Are we ready? We're
The
ready.
Madagascar landscape.
That's what that is?
Yeah, not this.
Okay. So
Okay,
we're
you
on.
want to
Hello.
begin?
This one, Madagascar landscape.
Right.
Rewatching, someone else came in.
Okay. Hello. Thanks for coming to our live
Oh,
stream.
we're so ready.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Hopefully you've been enjoying the show and getting some great gifts for the holidays. I just wanted to start with a brief, it's Lynn Fiorenza Jewelry. Lynn and I work together here in Western North Carolina in the Asheville, West Asheville area. Lynn is a peyote stitch bead weaver and I work with precious metal clay. And we do work together on a lot of projects. I make some of the parts for Lynn's beaded work, like the centerpiece here, and I do some of the silver buttons that she uses. So that's a short version of who we are. Normally you would be at our show and we would appreciate you stopping at the booth. The jewelry is really nice to pick up and put on. So in lieu of that, I have my wrist, and you can see the fluidity and how soft and comfortable the bracelets are when you put them on.
It's a fly.
And since you're not here in person, that's the best we can do today. Also, we are putting a lot of stuff up on our website daily, and we're trying to get as much of the product in as possible. We do realize that screen monitors don't always convey the right color, and if there's something that you like or something that you see that you may want something similar, we are open to custom work. Lynn is working on a piece right now, which is a old, oh God, the word went right out of my mouth. Sorry about that. Cameo. A cameo that she's doing for her bracelet. So if you have something in mind that you might want to incorporate into a piece, we are more than happy to work out something along that line. Also, if you're interested and you don't see something you like or you want a live viewing, we're happy to either Zoom or FaceTime, and you can go through a bunch of our jewelry, which normally we would pull out at a show if there was something similar in color or range that you might be interested in. Sorry. So basically, I'm going to show some of the newer stuff that we've been doing, as well as some of the other things. And for the precious metal clay, we could also incorporate some of your ideas as well. So this, I don't have the finished piece because I've already turned it in, but this here, the camera went off? No, I don't see. Anyway, this is a grape for a local vineyard, and then I turned it into the photopolymer plate that I would work with, and then I'll impress that into the clay. So there are ways to hopefully incorporate something that you want personally if you want a piece more personalized. With the precious metal clay, I am also working on some newer styles where I'm actually building with geometric shapes. We also have a lot of different teardrop stones that could be added to a lot of pieces in the PMC. I also put some stones in the center. This one has a red corundum, which is man-made ruby, and a hanging black onyx off the bottom. This one here has a couple of smaller sapphires in the center with the turquoise, and these all come with chains. This one here has an aquamarine in the center, and the newer pieces that I'm doing are all one-of-a-kind pieces. I'm making these as I go and trying different things to get inspired and inspire you to wear more silver, wear more copper. Some of the newer work that Lynn does, before we get into that, some of the custom stuff, this was a piece that Lynn made during the 1964 World's Fair. It's enamel on copper, and then we've incorporated that into a piece as well. So for you, yeah, this is one of her pieces. So there are lots of ideas. If you have ideas and you want to talk, we are available. You can always go to our website. You can send a message there, and we will respond, and we can take it from there. Some of the newer stuff, we deal with some really great stone people, so we're constantly looking for great centerpieces, and we are, because basically the way Lynn starts is she will start with a center stone, she'll bezel it, and then she'll pick a color palette and work out from there. So we're constantly trying to find some really nice, exotic looking special stones that give a really good look to the work. Some examples of the stones are Nature's Paintbrush. We have a couple of Nature's Paintbrush pieces. This one is set with a more of a purple-ish, light purple lavender hue. There's also a Nature's Paintbrush. This one is more of a silvery and then surrounded with a border of green. Some other really great stones that we use are Stitch-Tite from Tasmania, which has lovely greens and purples throughout. So this one is, the bezel is a gold and black. And then Lynn is always in putting crystals, pearls, semi-precious bead stones into the pieces as well. And again, they're extremely soft if you want to wear them. And it's something that you would do if you're at the show and you can pick them up and you can feel it. But since we're not at a show and we're only virtual, so if you have any questions, I will check the chat periodically. Feel free to ask questions. I will glance over to the chat periodically. This is a Madagascar landscape jasper, which actually I like it this way. And this one she did sort of exotic with a two-tone band, and you can see some of the crystals and the sparkles that show up.
Around the wrist.
There we go. Normally you would put this on a wrist that was not quite so hairy. Another thing, we've been getting into some, they are reproductions, but they're the old tintypes. So you can play around with that to get ideas if you have something around from your grandmother, or somebody family heirloom that you really want to put into a piece. It is definitely workable.
This one earring of that time.
If you possibly lost an earring and you want to take something and add to that as well, there is stuff along that line. So we can go that way as well. A lot of these, most of these pieces are already up on the website, and we're putting up stuff up every day. We entered 8 or 10 of them last night. I'm going to try to get more on tonight. But keep checking back after the show because there'll be pieces added all the time. This one here is a picture limestone from England. Has a couple of pearls. This one is a little bit different. Has a beaded bail at the top, and it'll come with a nice heavy 20-inch rope chain. Also has a labradorite and a citrine at the bottom hanging off there that you can see. And let me try to get that in focus. So the stones, or we either try to go with stones or we'll do a silver piece in the center. So it really does add to the look, and that's why we really go to the gem shows. We try to find the best stones that we can that give a nice look to it. Okay, we got more custom work, so with the precious metal clay, I'm not sure, you've probably watched Amy at this point, who's done some live streaming, and she's really good. So precious metal clay, the metal particles are embedded in the clay form. This is the clay before it's fired. This is going to be part of a lentil bead. It's going to be a two-sided. When all is said and done, that'll be one side, and that'll be the other. This is pre-fired, so it still has the clay look to it. And after it comes out of the kiln, it will have the silver look to it. So I really like working with the precious metal clay, and I've started to expand out to do mixed metals with it, and I'm starting to play around with some more ideas on that. What else did we have to say here? Oh, another new piece. I'm trying to show some of the newer pieces today. This is a Brazilian window agate. It's had a little U to it, and it's backed on with a black leather, and the black leather and the window agate gave it this really nice blue tint. I think it was a little...
Just not as vibrant.
Yeah, it's just not as vibrant, but it's really great. And then this also has, on the very bottom, it has a little piece of Libyan sand glass, which is a tektite, extremely old, and millions of years old, and it came from when I think meteorites hit, or it was part of the spin-off from meteorites hit the planet, and but yeah, so yeah, so anyway, and these come with a silver toggle clasp at the end. So, oh, we have questions. Oh, thank you for somebody just stopping by to say hello. We appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. Salami. So yeah, so and some of the older stuff, it's all still there, and I mean we are constantly working. Another piece of hand designed copper instead of pressing through the photopolymer plate method is the other method that I'm working a lot with, which is geometric shapes and putting them together pre-fired, and then they'll sinter together in the kiln when they're fired.
They should know that you designed them, and they're not just plates that you buy.
Yeah, no, all of this is design stuff, and again, we do a lot with the silver combination of the silver and the beadwork. Here's one of the dragons. This one actually has a sapphire eye, a little blue sapphire in the eye there, and then Lynn designed the piece around that. And the same thing in a copper version with the copper dragon, no sapphire eye. So the possibilities are really sort of endless, and we are always striving to come up with new ideas and new pieces. We also work with a local glass blower who, well, they're not local anymore, but they were in the guild until they moved back to Australia. But they design the glass, they make the glass eyes for us, and then we can still get those from them, and we can do different types of eyes, cats, lizards, all sorts of which goes all sorts of eyes. So another piece, because I like to add pieces, is and I do this in silver and copper. So we're putting the bee, which was cut out and then attached to the honeycomb right before it was fired, and then when it fires, it sinters together, and then I put a finish on it. So once it has the right patina and everything, it will stay that way.
Well, did you mention that the clay, when the impurities go out of it, it's pure silver?
Right.
Almost
So
pure.
yeah. So the clay. Again, if you've gone to any of the other PMC artists, because I think a couple of them have been doing live streaming, the PMC is 0.999 fine silver after it's fired. Once the filler and the binder burn out, it is a pure silver. So it's really
Good
lovely.
for people who have allergies to silver.
Yep. And we do a lot of the smaller pieces with. We also do on a lot of the pieces. There's a silver piece. We have a whole variety of stones that can hang off it, and on the website you can pick stones. If you'd rather have a different stone, of course, if I'm adding a different stone, I may make the piece over just so I don't keep cutting stones off. But we do have lots of stones to pick from, and they are all listed on the website. Also different lengths chains if you want, and things along that line. We also work with, so some of the smaller pieces that we're doing is, and these come in either silver or copper. These just happen to be copper. Small little tree frog here in copper, and a small heart. And both of these are the smaller pieces that we do, but they're there, and they come with sterling chains, or the copper I usually put a stainless chain because it won't tarnish and it looks just as nice. But these also come in silver or copper. You could also add earrings to the sets. So little pieces, they look great for kids, and we can go down as low as a 16-inch chain. We also do different size dragons with hanging stones. This has a really nice fluorite stone on the bottom, which the color is not so good here, but it has a really nice blue-green around the edges there. And this one is, get it in focus there, a copper dragon. So we feel honored to work in the Western North Carolina and be part of the Guild. The Guild is a great group of people. It's a great wealth of information and passing ideas back and forth. A smaller bear in copper. Here we go. And again, most of these pieces are already up on the website. If not, they will be. We are constantly putting stuff up
Constantly working.
because we're working all the time. I like this one. It's a really great piece of labradorite. Has beautiful color and then some amethyst all around. Done mostly in a purple with a purple border, which highlights the greens. Other pieces. I thought I brought other stuff, but I guess that's it. So that's our work. If there are any questions, let me check over here. It'd be cool. Yeah. Yep. Yes. So somebody asked that the precious metal clay does shrink. There's about a 10 or 11% shrinkage on the silver and 18 to 20% on the copper. So you do have to account for that when making the piece if you want a certain size. But it really comes out great. I love the stuff. It's spectacular to work with. It's fun.
And magical, as it starts out with clay.
And magical, because the voice in the background says it starts as clay. So we do have our stuff in a couple of different galleries. Again, it's all posted on the website. We sell through Etsy. We also sell at the Moses Cone Guild store when it's open from spring through fall. And I am starting to put stuff into the Guild's online store. So there's plenty of places to get our work.
Darren wants to know.
In the background, you can grab more stuff. Yeah, Lynn's going to grab some more stuff, and we can show a little bit more of what we have here. We also, yeah, it's just great. I mean, the beadwork is great. Lynn loves to do it. It is a little time consuming. Obviously, you've done any beadwork, you know that you don't just whip a piece right out. Oh, and this one, she told me, and this one's unusual. I forgot what it was here. And then we also, this is really one of my favorites. It's a great piece of turquoise, and these beads really sparkle. When the sunlight hits this bracelet, it just really pops. You don't really get the full effect here, but in the sun, it's spectacular. We do a lot of turquoise. It's hard to find good turquoise now, so we're using up the stock that we have. But again, if you're interested in a certain stone and a certain color palette, we can work that way as well. You can contact us. We can, again, do a virtual showing of the stones that we have. After the stones are, once we have the stones, you can then pick a color palette of beads, and then Lynn can work around that. So, and then we also have this one you can just put right over your neck. You don't need to open it. Also a lovely piece of turquoise with a blue topaz hanging off the bottom. Also peanut wood, which is really nice. A petrified wood, which beautiful gold, yellow and black. And then Lynn's also working on a couple of pieces that have very small centers. This has a labradorite center.
Yeah, that's starry night. That's the whole thing.
That's the starry night is what she calls it. And again, we can measure. A lot of them are between the 7 1/4, 7.5 inch. Some of them are a little smaller. But again, if there's something that you're interested in, we can. Another great piece of turquoise. This one. Again, we've been collecting a lot of turquoise over the years, and it's really hard to find good turquoise now. So we're constantly on the lookout. We also work with a local glassblower, also who's not local anymore, but now in New Zealand. But these were some glass pieces that he blew as centers. And there's another one of the glass.
This is cute.
Okay.
Am I doing too much?
No, this is good. Also, we're just trying to give you lots of ideas. So if there's something that you might want, you can contact us, and we can definitely work that out. A coin pearl, a large coin pearl center with a little bit of an open weave through here, which gives a lot nicer look, and then it also shows up what's underneath if you're wearing either a
Your
shirt
lovely skin.
or your lovely skin.
Okay. We're gonna,
I don't have this one marked, so I don't remember this. Oh wait, I do have it marked. This one is, sorry about that, need glasses. Just have my eyes fixed, but I still need glasses for close-up. This is a piece of morrisonite, which
it's cute. It comes
which is
great with
different because
jeans.
this is also morrisonite, and this is a beautiful stone. This is a great big piece of morrisonite, and
Hold that
morrisonite
up
is
to
really
you,
great.
Mark, so they can see.
Oh, and morrisonite is in the jasper family.
Yeah, because it's dramatic.
Yeah, it's hard to do it backwards, but yeah, it's
You
great.
don't have to put it on yourself.
No, I'm just showing so, but it's really a nice, commanding piece, that one. What else do you have there, Missy?
There are all sorts of stuff in.
Oh,
Another piece of turquoise. This one's a little bit more on the wild side if you're going for color.
Yeah, it is on. That's more than on the wild
This is,
side.
but again, and they're all great to wear, and they're glass beads, they're seed beads. They warm up to your skin really fast.
I love
They
that.
feel comfortable. You can wear them to a black tie affair or just around the house. Let's see, do we have any more questions here? Somebody asked which, the pink and white. Give me a second. Pink and white.
yeah.
I don't have this. Somebody asked what this stone was, I think, but I don't have it marked, so I'd have to look it up, and I don't remember. We try to, we're really trying hard to get our stones, mark them before we put them in a piece, mark the piece with it on it so we know what it is, and then at least when it's sold, it'll go out the door and you know what you're buying. But we do have most of our stone guys are really good, and we had one mismarked yesterday, and I sent him a picture, and he clarified it really quickly for
I
me.
have to go around it, but I love this one. Hold it up, though.
So also small, this is a Mabe pearl, and this one is in just a sweet little, a short little necklace.
It's pretty.
Oh, that one, the pink and white one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so, but anyway, and then this one basically is
Pearls.
little pearls all the way up to the top. And this one has a hook clasp, so you could actually hook it between different spots if you want to change the length. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into what we do, and we really appreciate that you've stopped at our virtual fair.
Tori wants to show. It's special for his.
Yeah, so take it off his neck. My son wants me to show you one that I made for him. He goes to a special needs art program here in Asheville called Open Hearts. So I made their logo. I've done it in copper first, and I'm getting ready to do it in silver next because they've been really great during this COVID time, and they've been doing all Zoom training for their participants, and it's been really wonderful that he's not lost out on that. But again, if you have ideas and you want us to incorporate your ideas, or if you just want to contact us, and we can, like I said, do a virtual showing of stuff that's not on the website yet. We have a lot of stuff that's ready to go. We're making more stuff. We're constantly working. We did take a little slowdown there during the beginning of COVID, I think due to stress and just anxiety. Anyway, so we can't find the clasp on his, but it is if you look at Open Hearts online, and I made their logo for them. So we can definitely, not all things are easy to do as a logo, but some of the things will work better than others, and I'm happy to give it a try. Again, we got a couple more here.
This is the old Siamese.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's got a piece
So
like that.
here's like
And
what we were talking about on incorporating what you want. So
It
this
was a
is
broken piece, but it's
it was a broken piece of Siam silver
yeah,
and
vintage. Very
vintage. Yeah. So Lynn took that and she bezeled that and then made it. There it is, the elephant. So she took that piece and then incorporated it into this bracelet. So if you have pieces that you don't know what to do with and you want something special out of it, if it has meaning, we're happy to work with you on that as well.
That's,
Please enjoy the rest of the show. Stay safe. It's a crazy world out there. And like I said earlier, you can find our stuff on our website and a couple of galleries around. And we're more than happy if you contact us to work directly, where you can get exactly what you want if it's not already made. Where is Lynn's face? Lynn's face is behind the camera today. She's not in front of the camera. You have me in front of the camera
the
today.
cute one.
But we really appreciate y'all coming. Enjoy the rest of the fair. And I am hoping that next year, maybe not July, but maybe our fall show will be back in person, because I think a lot of this really is better when you see it in person and touch it and get to handle it and look at it that way. Thanks for stopping. It's been fun. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have a good night. And there's Lynn's face. Bye.
Raise your wonderful.
I couldn't get it off
Okay.
your neck. But still, it was good that he spoke with it.
Okay, that was good. Half an hour.
No more